Welcome to All In on Tech, the deep dive discussions from Smart-EDU Hub. This is episode 4, and today we're talking about something big. The era of humanoid robots begins. We're unpacking the sources shared by Cologne Vraby. They're fresh, written just a few months back in April 2025, right after he spoke at a conference in Washington, D.C.
That's right, the Not Robots Yet conference.
Exactly, and his core argument is, well, it's pretty simple. 2025 is the year. It's the official entry point into the humanoid robot era.
It's the moment AI, finally gets a body, the moment it learns to walk around in our world, to interact physically.
And that ability to just open a door or pick something up, that's the real game changer. But it's not just tech for tech's sake, is it?
Not at all. It's being driven by some pretty stark economic necessity. We're seeing a market that is just poised to explode.
What are the numbers looking like?
Okay, so get this. It was valued at about $6 billion in late 2024. Goldman Sachs is projecting that number will hit $38 billion by 2035.
Wow. That's a huge jump. And that growth is directly tied to the workforce, right?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, we are staring down a global workforce decline of, 50 million workers by the end of this decade?
50 million. So these robots aren't just a cool project. They're an economic replacement strategy.
That's the argument. And to see how they work, you have to look at the brain, the AI brain.
You're talking about NVIDIA's new foundation model.
Exactly. The Isaac GR00T N1. It's this crucial open source foundation model. Think of it like the base intelligence, the core software that everyone else can then build on top of.
So it's sort of like how large language models are the foundation for Gen AI text assistants.
Precisely. And this GR00T model, it mimics our own thinking. It has this dual cognitive architecture.
A system 1 and a system 2.
Yep. System 1 is for the fast reflexive stuff, like keeping your balance.
And system 2 is the slow, deliberate planner. It's using computer vision and LLMs to figure out the best way to, say, pick up a glass without breaking it.
And then system 1 just executes the muscle movements. It's a really elegant design.
And there's a weird connection here, right, involving Disney.
Oh, yeah. This is great. So NVIDIA is working with Google DeepMind and Disney Research on something called Newton,
an open-source physics engine. So wait, the tech that might power the next generation of Star Wars droids
is also being used to optimize how a future warehouse worker picks up a box. It connects the fun research side to the very practical application side.
Speaking of practical applications, that brings us to the big players. Yep. The hardware. We have to start with Tesla.
Of course, Optimus. Elon Musk is not shy about calling this a future multi-trillion-dollar business.
And the progress is just stunning. We've seen videos of it walking on rough terrain.
And is doing it with internal sensors and neural networks, not just relying on its cameras.
Yeah.
That's the leap forward. It can lift boxes, climb stairs.
It even charges itself now. Bank of America estimated they'd produce about 1,000 units in 2025.
At about $50,000 a pop. It's the moment the tech starts to leave the lab.
And it's not just Tesla. There's Figure AI.
Figure 01, yeah. They attracted a huge amount of funding, something like $675 million from Jeff Bezos, OpenAI, NVIDIA.
The heavy hitters.
All of them. And their main focus is on the language part, making sure the robot can understand really complex commands from a person.
And then there's the question of mass production. It's already here, isn't it?
It is. Agility Robotic Digit, which Amazon has been testing, they've opened RoboFab. It's the world's first factory just for making humanoid robots.
What's their target?
Over 10,000 units a year. And we can't forget speed. Unitree's H1 robot is running at 3.3 meters per second. That's one of the fastest out there.
Okay, so things are moving incredibly fast, which means we also have to talk about the challenges, the risks.
Yes. There are two critical concerns that sources point out. First one is energy.
Right. These things must be power hungry. Add them to the growing demand from electric vehicles.
And you have a real challenge for global electricity production, a serious one.
And the second concern?
It's privacy. The risk of these robots becoming what the sources call inactive agents.
Meaning?
Meaning the robot sitting in your kitchen, seemingly switched off, could be constantly mapping your home, learning your habits.
And sending that data somewhere you don't want it to go. That's unsettling.
Very. And that leads to one final, really provocative thought from the sources.
Let's hear it.
It's this idea that with exoskeletons and cybernetic augmentation, we are heading toward what's called the natural-born cyborg concept.
A blending of human and non-biological thinking systems.
Exactly. The symbiosis is already underway, maybe not with our bodies yet, but with how we make decisions, assisted by AI.
So the takeaway is pretty clear. This isn't science fiction anymore. The collision of AI models and physical engineering is happening right now. The humanoid era has begun.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you like and subscribe to the Smart-EDU Hub channel. You'll be the first to get our new depth dives. And as always, a link to the article we talked about is in the description below. Goodbye.